Today, I'll be showing you how to get ungated. We'll be running through a step-by-step guide which you can use for both brand ungating and category ungating. You don't need to be a billionaire to do this. So before we jump into the video, I just wanted to explain why it's important to get ungated. So most of the good products you will want to sell on Amazon will likely be gated. This means you're not able to sell them without Amazon's approval. You can really limit your ability to run a successful Amazon FBA business because most of the products you want to sell you can't. And the ones you can sell, loads of other people are selling them as well because obviously you don't need to be gated in order to sell them. So getting ungated in as many brands and categories as possible can really open up your FBA business and allow you to scale so much faster. So there's two main types of gating on Amazon: brand gating and category gating. Now, brand gating, this means you're gated in the brand. You'll have to get approval to sell in that specific brand. And category gating means you're gated in that category. So some examples of these for brands would be something like Playmobil, which we're showing you today, or category gating might be things like food. Now, for most of the best items, they'll be gated for the actual brand. And this is because most of the largest brands, they won't be gated into a category. It will be you have to get permission to sell in that unique brand. Now, there are three main things you'll need to get ungated in brands. Number one is an invoice showing 10 units for a product in that brand, no older than 180 days. That has to be an invoice, not a receipt. Number two is that this invoice must include your name and address which matches the information on your Amazon seller account. Now, number three is that this invoice must be from a manufacturer or a distributor or a wholesaler, and it must include their name on the invoice. There is also some other things which can also be needed. This includes images of the products which shows the manufacturer's details and their address. And for some of the largest brands, you might also need a letter from that brand giving you permission to sell a product. But today we'll be showing you the method which you'll find on most products you're trying to get ungated, where you just need these three things in order to get yourself ungated so you can start selling them. Now, it is important to know you can't use receipts to get ungated. They must be invoices. There are some retailers who do provide invoices, which it is possible Amazon will accept, but it is definitely harder. So the website we're going to be using to get ungated today is Harrison's.
Right?
Laugh it up, fuzzball.
Not that one. They have a great range of brands and categories, which means you can use them to get ungated in a lot of the products you're going to be wanting to sell. Now, it's unlikely that you're going to make much profit from any of these items which you're buying to get ungated. So it's very important to see it as an investment in your business, which will mean you can make more money as opposed to actually making money on these deals. So let's jump right into it. Now, the first thing you need to do is find a product, and we're going to have to buy 10 units. So you'll see on this website that they all say case size. This means you are getting one. You have to be getting 10 units. So we would have to be buying 10 of these. So we can see like these ones, there's only 4 available, so we can actually buy these anyway. So we're just gonna have a look through now to see which ones we can find. And we've come across this one here, so we can see there's 24 available. This is Playmobil City Action Police figure set. So these are £5.75 excluding VAT. It's gonna cost us about 60 quid to buy these. But once we have got ungated, it means we can sell any Playmobil product. So it is worth doing, even if this isn't such a great deal. So next up, we need to find this product on Amazon, make sure it's on there and make sure it's the exact same product. So we're just gonna copy this title just here. We're gonna put the name of the product into here, and we can see it is that one there. As we can see, we'll click show variations, and this will load up the product, and we're gonna select new. And as we can see, it says apply to sell. So we're gonna click on this one just here. Now we're gonna have to click request approval. Now, when we do click request approval, it is possible on some brands and some categories to get auto ungated. This means you don't actually have to do anything. You just click request approval and they will ungate you. Now, on most of the larger brands, this won't happen, but on a lot of smaller brands, it will. So if you found a product and it says you're gated, always make sure to click request approval because there is a chance you might get automatically ungated. So as we can see, this is to sell an application for the brand, and we need to submit a number of documents for this product. So at least one purchase invoice for products from a manufacturer or distributor. As we can see, this has to be dated on or after the 9th of April, no older than 180 days. It must include the name and address matching the information on our seller account. It must include the name and the address of the manufacturer or distributor, the combined units of 10 units. and it can omit pricing information. You don't actually have to do this. This is optional. And then it does say, please note that we may verify your submitted documents by contacted product vendors. Now, we've never actually known at Amazon to do this. Obviously, who really knows what we do get up to behind the scenes? Once we've found our product to buy and we've confirmed it's the same product on Amazon, we need to actually buy them so we can get the invoice from Harrison's. So we'd head back over to Harrison's and we'd be buying 10 of these products, and we'd make sure that all the delivery details and all the account details match what is in our account. Now, once ordered, we need to wait for the products to arrive.
Please hurry.
Try to be patient. Before we jump into the next step, we did just want to let you know about an exclusive YouTube discount code. If you were looking to start your Amazon FBA journey and you were interested in trying out Profitl, I'll make the codes just pop up here. It will save you either 20% on monthly plans or 5% on yearly plans, so make sure to take them down. So now the products have arrived and we can actually start the process of getting ungated. So the first thing we need is the invoice from Harrison's. So you can see one of our invoices on the screen. This is actually for a different product, but we'll just be showing you this one today. It all works exactly the same. Now, the important thing with getting ungated is making it as clear as possible for Amazon staff. You have to remember the Amazon staff will deal with a huge amount of these requests every single day, and if you don't make it really easy for them, there is a chance they will reject it and you'll have to reapply it again. So on the invoice, what you want to do is just to be highlighting the key points and making it as clear as possible. So the first requirement is obviously the date. You don't need to do anything on this one. The date is on the top right. That's very clear. Next up is your name and address. Again, you don't need to do much on this. I have blocked mine out on this invoice, but you don't need to change anything on this. Again, it's very clear about the address you have used for the invoice. The name and address of the distributor is very clear on this one, so you can see it on the top left of the invoices. Now, the next thing we need to do is show the combined purchase of at least 10 units. So this is where we want to make it as clear as possible. So as you can see on our invoice, it says case 012. Now, what this means is that we've purchased 12 of these individual units. What you want to do is just highlight the fact that this is 12 units and highlight that is the name of the product. So as you can see, we've highlighted that on this invoice, it was 12 truck toys. Now, once you've done that and you've made it as clear as possible and you've got all of the information which Amazon are asking for, it's time to upload the documentation. So all we do is tick all of these, and then we'd add our files into here, provide our contact information, and then we'll click submit. Now we have to wait for Amazon to get back to us. It is possible they might reject your first application. If this does happen, please don't worry. It does happen quite often, and usually it just means you've done something not quite right or something's not quite clear. So if it does happen, just review what you've sent and try and work out what the issue might be. But it shouldn't be long for you to get ungated, and you will receive an email like this in your inbox to tell you that you've been successfully ungated in that brand and we can start selling Playmobil products. You might be wondering what to do with the products now as well. You don't actually have to send these products into Amazon's warehouse. You only need it for the invoice. That is totally up to you, and it all depends on the products you've purchased. Sadly, you can't return products to Harrison, so you need to see it as a bit of an investment, because there is a chance you might have to sell it for not a huge profit or just break even. Some people will send these into Amazon, some people will sell them on eBay, and some people will sell them on Facebook Marketplace. That is totally down to you. But this is now going to open up our FBA massively. We can now sell all these Playmobil products. We will make all that money back in good time. So that is the steps to get ungated. If there was any questions you had about any of this process, just let us know in the comments and we'll get back to you. But thank you so much for watching, and we will see you in the next video.